Hey, I'm Douglas James. I'm an 8-figure earner and I've ranked in the top 700 on the Inc. 5000 3 years in a row, and I'm a 10-year US Navy veteran. All right, welcome guys. This is how you're gonna scale your OnlyFans account, all right? Hold up, I have a phone call real quick. Hello?
Hey Douglas, it's Jordan, man. How you doing?
Oh, what's up?
Hey man, look, I'm in a bit of a pickle right now. I know you're really good at making money, and I'm trying to make $1,000 in a day. What should I do?
Okay, I can teach you. I was gonna teach OnlyFans content today, but I'll teach you how to make $1,000 today.
Oh, man, I appreciate you.
All right, let's do it. So scratch the OnlyFans. I'm gonna help my friend Jordan make $1,000 today. So let's get right into it. If anything you do to make money, you have to realize you have to be a good problem solver. So if you're not a good problem solver, you're not gonna be able to make any money, okay? The reason why people pay $1,000, $2,000, or $3,000 or $100,000 for anything, it usually starts, they have a problem, and someone else, the person that they gave the money to, had the solution, okay? If that sounds like very basic in 5th grader, trust me, most people don't get this, especially in entrepreneurship, okay? So if you wanna make money, you have to give value to receive value. Does that make sense? You have to give to get. So if we're gonna make $1,000 today, what I did to scaling up to over 100 grand in a day on some of my best days. So let me break this down for you step by step of how to do it. First, you realize I need to come up with a solution, but what's the problem someone has, okay? When I started my career, I started to quickly realize that if businesses were gonna stay in business, they had to have customers to stay in business. It's a very simple concept. If you have a business and you don't have people giving you money for your services or spending money at your business, you can't stay in business. So that's why I decided to start working with small businesses all over the United States, Canada, and really all over the world, okay? These are brick and mortar businesses that you and I spend money at every single day. Some interesting facts about small businesses that most people don't know, that there's currently 34 million small businesses in the US alone. There's actually over 400 million worldwide. And every single month, 500,000 new businesses open. So talk about, is this ever gonna be saturated, or are people ever gonna need this? No, because every single month, there's over 500,000 new businesses opening, okay? And the real scary thing and sad thing, to be honest with, 95% of businesses that start within 5 years actually close shop forever because they don't have enough customers spending money at their businesses. So that's a really big problem. That's a really big problem. So the problem is customers for local businesses. I'll put LB, okay? The problem is they don't have enough customers. They're looking at a timeline. Wow, I wanna be in business for 10, 20 years, right? I wanna even open up more locations. I wanna hire more employees. I wanna expand and maybe even sell this business for $50, $100 million. Heck, why not $1 billion one day? So if you can solve that problem, how much money you think you can make from that? That's a very valuable skill. If you can fix that problem for these businesses. That's what I realized almost 10 years ago. So I'm gonna show you how to make $1,000 today, helping solve this significant problem for these businesses, okay? Now, to teach you this skill, I'm gonna teach you what I did 10 years ago, and then I'm gonna show you what we're doing today, because what we're doing today is dramatically different than what I did 10 years ago, okay? So what I did looked something like this, okay? I realized that businesses need my help, okay? Local businesses. Now I have to decide which type of business am I gonna work with, right? Because you're telling me there's 34 million small businesses in the US. Well, there's a lot. You got chiropractors, you got roofers, you have med spas, you have gyms, you have restaurants, you got all these different types of verticals. I've worked with over 50 different types of these verticals, okay? And we've ran ads for over 50 different types, so I totally get it. How do you choose one? And I'll tell you the top 2 industries that you can work with where you can actually charge $1,000, $2,000, even $5,000 or even $10,000 a month have to be in the medical or the home services, okay? So medical and home services, what do you think of when you think of medical? You think chiropractors, you think dentists, you think med spas, right? All that kinds of stuff. I'll tell you my favorite one in the medical field would be med spas. You gotta niche down, okay? So go at med spas. And what are med spas? Med spas do like Botox, fillers. They do cool sculpting. They do They can even do, well, plastic surgeon would be more like breast augmentation, rhinoplasty, nose job, which is also a great niche. But med spas, people are always going to pay money for aesthetics. People are willing to pay thousands of dollars to look better, feel better, look younger, feel younger, right? That's why medical is such a huge industry. And in the US right now, there's actually over 30,000 med spas, and every single month there's 1,000 new ones opening up. So if you can niche down and choose like an industry, but then a specific hyper niche, you're gonna be better off. For home services, I really like niching down to something like HVAC. The reason why I like HVAC is because home service industry is really good because everyone needs a place to live. They're always going to have a house, an apartment, right? So what goes into houses or apartments and what breaks down all the time? Their HVAC system, heating and cooling. So if you can work with businesses that do HVAC services specifically, there's a mass wide blue ocean there as well. Another one I really like is roofers. Roofing jobs are really high ticket. They can go as high as, $30,000, $40,000 for a roof. Sometimes 20 grand, just kind of depends. So I would niche down to one of these two, med spas or HVAC. And then what you would do next is realize, okay, I'm gonna be working in these businesses. I need to go get a client. So I'll tell you how I got my clients back in the day. What I would do is, and if you're working a 9-to-5 job, or if you're, working a job at all, I was in the military for 10 years. So on my lunch breaks, I would take like a 1.5, 2 hour lunch, and I would actually go meet businesses, and I would go door to door in businesses asking for the owner, okay? And I would have sit downs, and I would say, hey, I want to refer you guys some business. Can I have a meeting with the owner to discuss this? Whenever somebody says, hey, I want to send you some referrals or refer you business, who's going to say no to that? You can use that same strategy from walking into businesses to sending direct messages on social media, to sending outbound emails, to even calling businesses or even running ads. Hey, we want to send you 100 new referrals for med spa patients. Who's the best person to talk to get that set up? We would like to actually speak with the owner directly because this could be a lucrative stream of new referrals we can bring to your business, right? Who's gonna say no to that? So when you position yourself from a referral base, you actually bypass a lot of objections or doorways that might be closed will actually open up and drop because you're coming to what? Give value. So if you can lead with value first, there's a higher probability that these businesses would want to work with you and at least have the conversation. You just want to have the conversation. If you can have the conversation, have the sit down, have the phone call with the decision maker, that's everything. So this has been what's worked for me. So back then, I would walk into businesses, okay? I would barbarically walk into businesses, ask for the owner. I would sit on my Gmail. There's a tool you can download on Chrome extension right now. It's called Email Extractor. So download Email Extractor. And you basically go to LinkedIn, Facebook, Instagram, Yellow Pages, Angie's List, all these websites, and it'll actually scrape name, email, phone number of all the businesses on all these websites. And then you just inject all of those emails and contacts into a CRM, all right? You inject that into a client management system where you can actually set up autoresponders to send out to those clients. And you just send them the same messaging I just told you that you would use if you walked in. Can we send you referrals? Who's the best person to talk to? That's it. And you could do that for HVAC, med spa, whatever niche that you choose. My first client ever was actually in the limousine company. Then I got Invisalign. I landed my Invisalign doctor, the person that put the Invisalign in my mouth, as a client, right? So a lot of the ways to acquire your first client could be who you know or what you know. Right? Your friend, family member, someone that you know might own or work in a dental spa or work in a med spa, right? Or does construction. Those could be your easiest first clients, right? And it's all about having that first conversation. So if you can establish that first conversation, use technology like a CRM. There's crazy things you can do to install AI and automation to automate a lot of this, which I'm not going to totally get into. I want you to grasp this concept first and foremost because that's the most important thing. But select a niche, hyper niche, learn the skills and the tools that you need to go get in front of your first client and have that conversation. So now that you've got all your leads of all these businesses using the extractor, you plug them into CRM, whether you send it out manually or not, whether you're walking into business or not, What you want to do now is wait for the responses. Whoever says, yes, we're interested, don't respond right away. Don't respond right away. What you want to do is this. You want to take maybe 40, 50 bucks, okay? Let's just say conservatively $100, okay? And you want to inject it into a small page website that you drive to targeted people on Facebook, okay? This website will literally take you about $12 to set up. You can use something like Weebly to set it up. It's gonna have a small headline and an opt-in name, email, phone number. And then you're gonna run traffic on Facebook. And actually, you could actually bypass this completely, to be honest with you, and just go set up a Facebook Business Manager and set up what's called a lead form, okay? You set up a lead form and you send traffic, because 10 years ago, you needed this. You can actually bypass that. Because I actually went from like a $12 website to living where I live now. But you can actually bypass that, go straight to Facebook, set up a free Facebook Business Manager, and target people in that niche. So when you're going through Facebook, you can say, hey, I want to target people interested in med spa, Botox, HVAC. They have a home, they live in a residence, right? You can target those people, and I would maybe spend 50 to 100 bucks on that campaign, send them to the lead form. It's going to collect name, email, and phone number. And then what I would do is I would take this information and route it straight to the business that said yes, okay? Now, what you just did there seems risky and like you're about to lose $100, but this is what's gonna happen. First of all, you already have a business owner that confirmed, yes, we want referrals, we need leads, okay? Now your job is to deliver those leads, okay? Which you just did here. So boom, now you've sent the leads, you deliver them by email, you already have their email. At the bottom, you put a short description that says, this lead came from your name. And then what you do is, after just say 24 to 48 hours of running this, you call that business and you say, hey, this is Douglas James, or hey, this is John, hey, this is Amy, hey, this is Mary. How are those referrals working out? Oh my gosh, they're amazing. We booked already 2 consultations from this. It's amazing. How can we get more? And what do you think is gonna happen then? They're gonna wanna do business. They're gonna wanna establish a relationship because you gave value first, okay? Small investment. It doesn't even be 100. It could just be 50 bucks. You might generate 5 to 10 of these appointments, and they should be able to convert at least 1 or 2 consultations out of it, right? And then you just say, hey, my fee is $1,000 a month. Boom. And they'll be like, sure, let's do it. We've already got 2 consultations for free from you. Sure, I'll give you $1,000 because our patients are worth $5,000 or even $10,000 over the year, right? And that's how you make your first $1,000 today. Now, it may not come in right in today. You might have to put in 15 minutes of work to run this campaign for a day. But by the next day, if you do this accordingly, you should be able to land at least a $1,000 client. Now, the strategy I just taught you, this process is called leads in demand. Leads in demand, or value first, okay? Where you're sending referrals, you're sending leads first, and then you're asking for the money later. There's multiple ways to acquire clients, and there's also multiple ways to structure the deal to where you're not just charging $1,000 a month, but you could even charge as much as $10,000 a month or more. We have clients that have paid us $30,000 a month to generate leads for them for their website or through these simple online strategies. So if you're interested in getting into this, I call this digital real estate. These are basically virtual properties that you own, right? All of this material that you put together is like physical real estate, but virtual real estate. All you have to do is set up these properties and rent them out to businesses. They're willing to pay, like I showed you, $1,000 or even $10,000 a month. If you're interested in learning how to do that in more detail, I do have some training coming up. Just find the link associated with this video in the description, go register, and I'm going to be holding a live class teaching you, breaking this down actually step by step, and actually going more into the details of the tools and resources and how to incorporate AI so that AI is doing 95% of this work and you just focus on the 5%. 10 years ago when I got started, I didn't even know what AI stand for. I thought that was like, I had no idea, right? So Jordan, was that helpful? Did that answer your question?
Man, thank you so much. I'm about to hop on that right now. $1,000 is mine today.
Okay, go get that link in the description, brother, and I'll see you there.
Fantastic. Thanks, boss.
All right, peace. So we have tools and resources that makes it so much easier. So go register. And hey, if you like videos like this, subscribe, because I got videos coming out all the time teaching you the tools, strategies, resources you need to make money from the internet, make an impact, and give back. Hey, it's Douglas James. Go subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time.